What a great night we've had so far. I know I, Steve Harvey, have popped at least 500 boners over the course of the last 2.5 hours, but now it's time to answer the question on everyone's mind. Which one of these gorgeous girls gave Steve Harvey the stiffest erection? Let's find out. There is a winner here tonight, and I'm going to announce who that is. So Miss Universe 2015 of this year is... Oh fuck. I can't read what this says. Oh boy. Alright, I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark and hope it sticks. Miss Columbia. Nailed it. I am the king. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to my dressing room to jerk off. I'll come over there and put my whole fist in your anus. I'll hit you with that old chocolate wrecking ball. They gave me this card, but forgot that I'm illiterate, so... Looks like I guessed wrong. And I'm told that Miss Phillip Pines is Miss Universe. Congratulations, Miss Pines. Excellent work from all of you here tonight. Let me go ahead and take control of the situation I've caused. This is the card they gave me. I don't know what any of these words say. This could be a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card for all I know. It was a simple mistake that could have excerpt from Harry Potter or whatever the fuck I have in my hand. I'm not Socrates. I can't read these words. They should have just told me who the winner was through this gizmo in my ear. Don't blame me. Blame them. This is their fault. Honestly, I shouldn't have to put up with this type of beaver shit. I'm Steve Harvey. I'm a professional bad advice giver. I'm better than this. Fuck you all. I'm outski. Time to skedaddle. See you on the flip side, pussy farts.
Are these people not distraught over how late she is to her own event? It's been 3 hours. This thing should have been over and done with, and she hasn't even shown up yet. It looks like a middle school basketball court.
It is, actually.
It is?
It's some college, I think.
Oh, well, that's a little higher than middle school.
Oh, I mean, in terms of scale, it's still the same. I mean, I guess there's like some people on the second story. Like there's some people on a balcony there, but...
I'm surprised they haven't just thrown themselves off by now.
Yeah.
It's taking so long for her to get here, I wouldn't have been able to stand it. I would have been like the guy carrying a chair around, except I would have started throwing them. Did we miss it?
Would be hilarious if this was just like a troll job. Like she wasn't even scheduled to talk here. Someone just made it up.
If I was one of the staff right now, I'd start trying to get the crowd energized. When I say Clinton, you say clitoris. Clinton, clitoris. Clinton, clitoris.
Yeah,
when I say win, you say now. Win.
Yeah, this is super amateurish. Like, you could at least have someone as a filler. Just have someone go up there and juggle. Yeah. Doesn't anyone on your crew have any talents?
Someone go up there and crack some jokes.
We're currently reanimating Hillary. In the meanwhile, Charlie plays a mean recorder. Please enjoy.
What's going on,
Hi guys, we got her up to 2 beats a minute. We hope we can. I think we can send her up once her heart beats at 4. But until then, do you want to hear my Ocarina of Time cover?
We're thawing her out as we speak. Just give us a moment.
She needs some rewiring, but she'll be ready.
We had a bit of a malfunction in the back room. Damn circuit board blew.
Why did they all turn around? Who are they filming?
I don't know. She's probably gonna swing on a rope like Tarzan, make a real bold entrance.
Yeah. Oh, what if she like bursts through that flag in the back like a fucking wrestler? She just points at the camera, calls out Trump.
And in this 2016 WrestleMania, I'm bringing the whole country in, baby.
WWE should like secure the rights to have just every political candidate every election and make them into wrestlers.
Oh,
that would
that'd
be so cool. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Suplexing Trump. Your time is up, Trump. I'm gonna build a wall around your grave.
Then she fucking RKO's a random member of the audience. Oh god, that man had a family! I swear that'll stop your heart! Fucking Jim Ross doing the commentary.
Trump makes someone like the fucking Undertaker, rolls back his eyes so it looks like all white. Does the throat cut. Nothing is happening. How can these people even sit around here not bored?
I can't believe this.
And why are like half of them wearing baseball caps inside?
Oh, I don't know. Even the media's leaving. Like, all those camera people showed up and they've already left.
Yeah, this isn't worth
our
it. Let's just find some local celebrity to stalk. I like how they fenced off the, like, stage. You see that little fence they erected?
Yeah.
And it's black outside and the flag is inside. It's like they made it to decorate it for her. Like, only she's meant to see the nice decoration inside. And the spectators are just seeing the black fence. It's like the show is for her.
She didn't even bother showing up.
Yeah, for real.
I'm expecting a grand entrance. Like, if I don't see her parachuting in from the fucking ceiling or some shit, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I'm expecting an apology at least.
She won't even address it. What's up, pussies? I'm here.
Probably not. What is up, folks? High energy. Have you all Pokemon gone to the polls yet? Remember that cringy clip?
Yeah. Why don't they bring the guy who said let's do this thing back out here? At least he was trying.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. I think he just fucked off. He was probably meant to speak for at least like 30 minutes, but he just couldn't do it. He could. It's just, you know, my soul isn't worth money. Was his thought process? He's probably just on his way home right now.
Okay, I need to look it up. Is she really this late, or is there just something? Did she get into a fucking car accident on the way?
Let's look up Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Let's see what time.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna enter speech.
Oh wow, she is incredibly well behind. 10 a.m. PDT, which is 3 hours behind my time. So 1 p.m. my time is when this rally was scheduled. It was supposed to go from 1 to 3.
No way that she's that late.
No, that's what it says. PDT. Isn't that Pacific time?
PT, no. No, isn't that... Oh, you're right, in the description. I don't know.
Yeah, she is over an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Jesus Christ, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 12 hours? How are they gonna keep her up for 12 hours?
No, her campaign was only 2 hours. It's supposed to go from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. But she is abominably late. Oh my god.
Oh. What is this music? It sounds like some Zoe Room 101 type of shit from Nickelodeon.
Oh! She's here?
No, but someone's about to talk, I think. Probably make a press statement. She's alive, guys, don't worry. She's currently advising with that guy there, like, what should we tell them?
Oh, and I'm just typing in Hillary Clinton. Let's see what new is going on.
Is she gonna speak or not, damn it?
Oh, she's rewriting her speech, apparently.
Wait, this... What do you mean this isn't Ohio?
Where are we?
Oh. Why did that woman just come up on stage and then leave again?
Oh, I think making sure she didn't get shot, so that way when Hillary goes up there she won't be executed. She's just the cannon fodder in case a potential threat emerged.
There's no trap wired to this mic, is there? Adjusts it.
Starts typing in numbers on the cell phone like a phone bomb. Nope, we're all good here.
Are we gonna hear
they have
news
a lot
now?
Of stock sound effects.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton found dead in a dumpster outside of Reno.
First female president shanked for food by homeless person.
Hillary was picking on a local homeless man and he had just about enough of that nonsense.
Yeah, they got this exciting music going on. It's just nothing.
Everyone in the crowd's looking around. Where's Hillary? Is she behind us? Have I missed it?
Oh, is this like one of those magician tricks? Is she like hiding in the crowd, maybe? Imagine if gets up, like takes off her mask or something. Like, here I am. There was no stage. I was here the whole time.
The stage goes up in flames. Then all of a sudden an elephant's there. Thank you.
I was just about to say she summons an elephant. Dream.
Oh.
Like an event thing, like stream starts in 40 minutes, and then every time it reached 0, they just reset it to 40 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
so-
even worse.
Yeah, so 3 times you had to wait like 40 minutes till the stream.
Fuck. Man, and you know these people have been here the whole time. Holy shit.
Yeah, for real. God, how long is this fucking news sound loop?
I'm pretty sure they're making the music as the stream continues. Come on, someone get on the keyboard. Fuck, quick. Anything.
Just someone sitting on a fucking FL Studio.
Holy shit. Still?
Nope.
What the fuck? Did you notice they just randomly put a picture of Hillary Clinton on the bottom right? Like this, she's coming. Like it's blinking now.
Yeah.
This will have to do. It's Hillary. She's here.
I assume that's just a channel guy who wants people to subscribe.
The subscribe button is down here, please.
I like how that's ooh. Wait, people are clap. Ooh, what?
No way. She made. Oh. The stream died. No one expected it. The camera's cut. They ran
Is
out
that
of
her?
film. Yeah.
Why is the thing just cutting out now?
Alright, biggest little city, are you ready?
This isn't just me,
Fucking
is it?
cameraman's so excited. He's waited so long. No, it's cutting out for me too. He's waited so long. He's having cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
There you go, that's more like it. Hello, I'm Mayor Hillary Sheevy. People often refer to me as the
That's
other
not her,
Hillary.
okay.
Imagine that.
Oh.
About the biggest little
This
city
was supposed to
and how
end
proud she is
10
of
minutes
our
ago, and it
country.
hasn't even started yet.
Who's proud of Reno?
Suffering from muscular atrophy by now. They've waited so long.
Yeah, all their limbs fell asleep.
From one
Yeah,
Hillary
deep vein
to another,
thrombosis. Surprised half of them aren't
President of
KO'd.
the United States of
What does that guy's
America,
shirt say? Oh, never mind.
Secretary Hillary
Zooming in.
Rodham
Ooh,
Clinton.
Afghi? Afghi?
Oh, I thought it said acorn.
American.
Oh, she's here! Wow!
Campaign.
This was more fun when she wasn't here.
Yeah, for real.
And independence. For those
Is she just like a robot that they turn off and on? Like, they turn her on for the rallies, but she takes like 3 hours to boot up, and then they turn her off. Like, just nothing about her seems human. Is that all?
Yep. No
All
Q&A.
Turn her off, her batteries are running low.
Just a sound effect.
She shuts down on stage. Oh, it's a heart attack. Uh-oh.
The eyes go black.
She starts smoking. Oh, that's quite a heart attack. And then they have like a fucking pseudo-scientist come on. Yes, you know, sometimes when the heart shuts down, it generates a lot of friction, a lot of heat. That's the reason for the smoke. This guy.
What the fuck is that in the back? Isn't that Boo from Dragon Ball Z?
I think it's Peter Pettigrew from Harry Potter.
What the fuck is that rat?
The stream ends. He's like, I got a picture prepared for this. Yeah.
God, it looks bad.
Well, that was so boring. I couldn't give a fuck less about politics, but I was expecting a decent show.
I, like most people, enjoyed Neil deGrasse Tyson's work. I loved Cosmos, I liked Star Talk, and I thought of him as a very positive figure in the scientific community, making science fun for everyone, entertaining to a younger demographic, and just enjoyable overall. And that all changed when I followed him on Twitter. This dude's Twitter is fucking nuts. It seems like he's completely separated himself from even the most basic level of humanity. It's like he went so deep into the cosmos that he popped out of the universe's asshole, saw a bunch of shit that he didn't like, re-entered the universe's butthole like a finger during a prostate exam, and now he's just a weird Twitter lunatic. Today, in light of the recent tragedies, he had the audacity to tweet this shit out. Now, a lot of pseudo-intellectual Redditors were like, oh, why is everyone all upset? He's just spouting facts. And yes, while the statistics he lists here are accurate, although the medical death number there is a little misleading, I recommend you look into that and why it is the way it is right there. It doesn't matter because what his tweet here reads is, it basically just trivializes the mass shootings, which is such a fucked up take. It's like he's a death hipster. Yeah, I was appreciating deaths over 48 hours before it was cool by the media, as he fucking smokes a joint and then sniffs his own farts. It's such a horrible take on a tragedy, double tragedy. I just can't believe that he would sit there, look up the stats, because there's no way he knew it by memory. He just wanted to compare this to bigger numbers to try and trivialize it. Like, I don't understand what point he's making, to be honest. I guess the point he's making is people are dying all the time, but we only care when the media picks up on it. But that's such a weird fucking hill to die on, because the deaths he lists here, save for the deaths via handgun, are deaths that are actively being worked towards fixing. Shit that are accidents, literally accidents. The mass shootings were deliberate attempts to kill people. People going to Walmart to buy fucking yogurt and shit getting blasted by a lunatic. I can't even believe that he would compare something like that to a car accident. It's unbelievable to me, and it made me so fucking upset because, again, I did like this guy. I haven't liked him for a little while because I followed his Twitter, but man, he is so disconnected from just actual humanity. It's sickening. It's a guy, he's like the real-life Rick Sanchez with no humor about him or wit or really anything good about Rick Sanchez. The only thing he has from Rick is that he's into science and he doesn't give a shit about anything, I guess. It's just so fucking wild to me. This is actually something we talked about on the official podcast today. This basically boils down to that argument people make all the time, like, shit, I got a bad grade and, you know, I hurt my ankle so I can't play basketball. I'm not doing well. I'm going through some shit. And then your friend or someone you don't really know that well says, oh yeah? Well, there's people starving in other parts of the world, so think about that for a little perspective. You don't have it that bad, Cody. It's really not that bad compared to someone else. Just invalidating what you're going through, trivializing it because people have it worse. Which is incredibly fucking stupid because no one has the right to tell you how you should be feeling. It's like the same thing with depression. Oh, why are you depressed? You have all this good shit going for you. By that same metric, no one should be allowed to be happy except for Jeff Bezos. Because he is the happiest man in the world, so how could anyone else be happy? Oh, what are you happy for? Oh, you just graduated college? Yeah, Jeff Bezos has $100 billion. Why are you happy, pussy? Does that sound right? Let's get rid of happiness because no one's as happy and well off as Jeff Bezos. It's the stupidest fucking argument. It's downright deplorable. And it's exactly what Neil has done with mass shootings. Imagine him saying this to the families of one of the victims. Yeah, hey look, I know your son was just killed in this shooting, but did you know 200 some people are dying every 48 hours from suicide? You really shouldn't get this emotional just because it's a spectacle. Oh, thank you, Neil. Yes, I needed that statistical drop of wisdom right there. You telling me that makes it a much easier pill to swallow. Thank you so much, Neil, for your sage advice. You omniscient being of science. It's just, I have no fucking idea what you're doing with this tweet. I really just don't get it. It's so fucked up. I just can't believe that anyone would defend that complete lack of sympathy or really just lack of emotion in general. Here's some cold hard statistics that are in no way related to a mass shooting, but these are bigger numbers, so bang, I'm just gonna jerk that off onto Twitter. Enjoy my science, dick. I really just can't stand this guy anymore. His whole Twitter is like this. The tweet right underneath this one, the one he tweeted before this, also grinds my nutsack to a dust as well. Fucking mortar and pestles it into a fine powder. It's about a poster for a horror movie that has a snowflake on it, and Neil deGrasse Tyson gives this little, oh, this is a very accurate snowflake. Oh, if I was an elementary school teacher, I would be giving this one an A+. It is the most scientifically accurate representation of a snowflake I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. It's amazing. What a snowflake. That's his whole fucking Twitter feed. He is literally the meme of, well, actually, as he wiggles his finger into a conversation. That's his whole goddamn Twitter. I know he had that viral tweet a while back, you know, when the new Hobbit movie came out, and he's like, hey, well, if the hobbits were actually this short, their digestive tract would be very small, and their shits would be only about 5 centimeters long. You know, get a load of that. They wouldn't be taking big shits at all, and their feet couldn't be that big. It was just stupid garbage nonsense. And not even a week ago, Neil deGrasse Tyson was snorting lines of coke and tweeting, melting down about the fucking Disney Frozen 2 snowflake not being an accurate representation of a snowflake. And then he, you know, makes this whole hoopla about it because God forbid an animation be a little bit different in its representation of a snowflake. So Neil deGrasse Tyson's just the preeminent expert on all things snowflake related, and shame on Disney for not contacting him about how it should look in their movie. I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but it doesn't read as a joke, it doesn't work as a joke, and then he goes on to like justify him criticizing it and wanting it changed. So he clearly didn't frame it as a joke. He was just like, hey, this is fucking wrong, and I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, so I'm putting my whole fucking dick in here. And I just don't get it. This man doesn't understand like humanity anymore. All he understands is garbage, Twitter garbage, and shit like that. He's a shit poster, an edgelord shit poster now. I just don't know what's gone on. he's just become, well, it's not even he's become, his whole Twitter's been like this, but he's just this fucking Twitter asshole, man, and it's super sad. But he's been like a harmless edgelord, like the Disney Frozen 2 shit, that's pretty trivial in comparison to his tweet today. That's just downright evil in my opinion. Yeah, let me go ahead and take this stance on it where only 34 people died. Look at all these other people that have died over 48 hours. Pretty silly in comparison, right? You guys only care about the big spectacles. You're such a fucking asshole, Neil. You really are, man. Just take a step back and realize the kind of shit that you're saying and how it comes across. I really don't even know your intention behind the tweet. Some people are saying, oh, he had a good intention behind it but framed it wrong and phrased it wrong in a bad way. But I don't see how that's ever a good intention, to point out other problems that people are aware exist and are actively trying to work on, whereas mass shootings in the US are a huge problem that no one really has a solution on. So what's the point in comparing the two? There's no overlap. Yeah, they're both problems. That's the only thing they have in common. It's just so insensitive and fucked up. That's about it. So yeah. There's plenty of sad, pathetic losers on the internet, but above them all stands one YouTuber named Onision. I have more respect for adults that film themselves shitting in diapers than I do for Onision. For those of you fortunate enough to have never heard of this guy, and I imagine that's most of you watching because almost no one remembers this guy, he's a fucking fossil on the internet that's only remembered as the butt of every fucking joke online now. But he used to be a pretty big YouTuber, a really shitty one. He had 3 shitty channels, one where he talked about shit horribly with these pseudo-intellectual hot takes, one where he made the worst skits ever created on the internet, and then one where he made the worst skits ever created and also talked about shit poorly. He's fallen into obscurity these days because over the course of his career he fell into many controversies such as reports of being abusive in his relationships, manipulation. He also used to have this series where teenage girls would send pictures of their body to him so he could rate them on it. It's all weird, fucked up shit. And for the last 2 or 3 years, all 3 of his channels combined for like 100,000 views a month, so he was pretty much dead on the internet. But this week he came up with a new strategy for gaining attention, which was posting weird, cringy 50 Shades of Grey fanfic shit on his Twitter, saying things like, I can't wait for you to fuck me, I want to wake up in the morning with your pussy around my asshole, things like that. And it was too hard for people to not make fun of him, because this man's just a human punching bag. Calling this guy a human is giving him a very generous title, because he's not. This dude's like a fucking pinworm. He just lives in your asshole and makes you itch, and to scratch that itch you have to make fun of him. He's pathetic. Imagine your life revolving around having to get made fun of just so you can make a paycheck. I really don't know how this cockroach can be happy with his legacy. His whole existence revolves around going online and making people hate him and laugh at him. Hemorrhoids have more support than Onision. Urinary tract infections have more fans than Onision. People like broken bones more than they like Onision. His real name is Greg. Greg, how can you be happy with this? If you ever have a child, don't you think that child's gonna be so fucking, just embarrassed of you? Oh yeah, what's your dad do for a living? Oh, he goes online just to get fucking laughed at. Oh great, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Bring him in for show and tell so we can laugh at him. It's fucking pathetic, and I didn't want to talk about this guy because he thrives off this kind of attention. Whenever someone mentions him, no matter how negative, it's always the only thing that even boosts his dead channels by even a slightest amount. But I figured since he's all over the internet right now, it was worth talking about because he actually is getting investigated for child grooming, which sounds about right given Onision's past and all of the alleged things against him. And also just taking one look at his content, it looks like the kind of shit someone that grooms children would make. But anyway, let me just show you a clip from some of his content so you get an idea for the kind of person he is and the kind of shit that he thinks is entertaining, even though it's some of the worst jokes of all time. Keep in mind, this came out this year, March 11th of 2019.
Donegan, and tonight's top story. A special ed school got shot up by a former U.S. Marine? Yes, according to our reports, 100% of the special ed students went ahead and died because instead of running away from the muzzle flash, they ran towards it. Apparently, for some reason, they mixed up the gunshot sounds with a popular rap song, and a lot of them kept screaming, "That's my bop!" One of the former U.S. Marine that shot up the school, coincidentally, was also the surviving teacher, who got a high five for making the world a better place.
Some real side-splitting comedy, Onision, real gut-busting stuff. Sticking your fucking head in between 2 dump trucks colliding would be less painful than sitting through an Onision video. This guy has absolutely no talent whatsoever. Now, I did promise I'd never make a video on Onision because for the last 3 years, his entire channel and online presence across all 3 of his channels has been so incredibly dead that even mentioning it in like a fucking passing fart would be enough to kind of help it. So I didn't want to even take the chance, because this is the only thing he does. He thrives off the attention, even if it's the worst negative shit in the world. It's the only thing that matters to him, and it does work because his channels have gone from 100,000 views a month across all three to now up to 3 million views a month on just a single one, all because of his Twitter antics and being investigated for child grooming. It's all he cares about. This is the kind of person he is. I mean, just take a look at this channel. Look at those views compared to the one he just posted today on his Twitter, which is about all of the drama and shit. It's the same for all of them. His channels have had a huge boost in views, which is extremely sad, and people are talking about his meltdown video, which is obviously just him thinking he's untouchable and trying to capitalize off the drama. But he did actually lose his Patreon, which is great news, so that means he's now lost $10 a month that he was making over there. But yeah, anyway, just want to make this quick video talking about this fucking loser. Hopefully all this attention doesn't revitalize his online career, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, Justin Bieber is the Fortnite of pop music. Everyone shits on him, but he's still extremely popular. In fact, probably one of the most popular people in the world. I'd argue that there's only two names more famous than Justin Bieber's: RoboCop and Jesus Christ. So of course it was a big deal when the Biebs released his newest song, Yummy, and to no one's surprise, it blows asshole. It sucks fuck. It's just not good. It's aggressively generic and violently mediocre. Even the most die-hard Justin Bieber fans, the Beliebers as they're called by the International Terrorist Identification Unit, they don't even like it. They're not fans. It's just a very forgettably generic, not good song. You can't wiggle your finger to it because it's just passionless, soulless, and it's bad. And the music video is bad too, but it's not only fans that think it's bad. Even Justin Bieber's remarkably large marketing team is disappointed with its performance, and they're getting extremely desperate, begging for people to show interest and make it catch on as a meme or something. And Justin Bieber's marketing team is massive, by the way. That team is probably larger than all of Disney's lawyers combined. Shit's crazy, and they're doing their best. They're firing on all cylinders. The fucking Justin Bieber's headquartered marketing strategy unit is probably on fire right now, coming up with ideas, because this shit is not landing. It's not doing well. So let me show you some of their desperate attempts to get people interested. You need to look no further than his Instagram page, where he posted these things, which are now deleted because it was so utterly pathetic. He was begging fans to just constantly replay on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, and even gave them a tutorial on how to do it, because the Biebs knows that his army of children is not old enough to know what half of these words mean, so he tried to spell it out and put it into a little Comic Sans font that even any 3-year-old could understand. Which is smart, but also scummy, desperate, and pathetic to look at from the outside, especially for someone of Justin Bieber's size. To not be able to get a song to be popular when you're as big as Justin Bieber, that's something special. At Justin's size, you best believe that he could do fucking anything and it would pop off. He could genuinely take a picture of his asshole stretched full goatsy. He could take a picture with a dead body urinating on it and it would still be an extremely successful post. Tons of engagement, people praising him as a modern artist genius. But this song is so bad that not even they are able to make it popular, so Justin has to try and brainwash them into making it popular. And I'm not stupid enough to think it's Justin posting these things. It's obviously his team of out-of-touch boomers that think this is an okay look, but it's still sad either way. And in the spirit of Justin Bieber and his begging, I'd like to say I think it's very sad that there's people out there that don't watch my streams at twitch.tv/moistcritical. I mean, stop being so fucking sad. Come on over. I'd love to see you over there. I stream almost daily. And it's not just Instagram where the desperation is really up in your face and worn on his sleeve. His YouTube channel is also very clearly desperate here. He has a playlist for Yummy where there's 9 different videos of Yummy in here, but it's all just a re-upload of the song with a different coat of paint on it. There used to be 11, but 2 of them got removed, probably just due to embarrassment. But these horrible little animations here that seem like they were made by one of the Finger family units somewhere with no effort put into it. And then you know your song is a real piece of shit when Lele Pons and her crew of the worst comedians ever can't even make a popular video dancing to it. It's just a song that's flopping real hard, but you can see how hard they're trying. They're getting all of the most robotic, generic YouTubers to do shitty little dance moves to it. It's just not paying off. No one gives a fuck about Yummy. It's a bad song. And yeah, I know it's low-hanging fruit to make fun of Lele Pons and that whole crew. It's a free punching bag that everyone drops their meat on. I get it. But when not even this corporate manufactured group of celebrities can make your song popular, that's something very special, because pretty much anything they put their names on has an audience and gets a lot of eyes, because, you know, kids like that, and then people with real shit taste, of course. But not even they care about Yummy. I'd also like to point out in this video here with Justin on the FaceTime, he looks so fucking bored and uninterested. I'm pretty sure he hates this song, but the record company wanted something really safe and by the numbers, so they came up with this abomination. I feel like he just hates it, and he hates doing these videos. He's never smiling, he looks super bored, he's not even looking at the camera. So, I mean, I almost feel bad for Justin to a certain extent. But yeah, anyway, the playlist goes on. They have lip-syncing videos, Beliebers react videos, which isn't even them reacting, it's just a music video with an occasional blurb from them. They have choreographed dance moves to it. They have this weird food fight video, which is just this phase montage of random clips from TV shows where a food fight breaks out. I don't really understand it at all, but the whole playlist is just sad. But yeah, I've never really seen this before from someone of Justin Bieber's size, to be so openly desperate and crying out for attention and to try and manufacture or artificially inflate the views or the popularity of your song. That's something pretty new, and it's flopping pretty hard. It's backfiring. Not many people are enjoying it. Justin Bieber's Instagram is also super weird, because for like a full week he was posting random pictures of babies with the caption #yummy. I mean, the whole fucking thing is just totally weird, and the song's goddamn awful, so I mean, that's about it. Just wanted to talk about it a little bit. So yeah. The case against P. Diddy, the baby oil billionaire, one of the most vile individuals in music industry history, has been getting more and more horrible things about it coming to light. It would take hours to go over every crime he's accused of. It is a list that goes on, filled with the most awful, unimaginable things possible. It would be easier to talk about crimes he isn't accused of committing. Like, he probably started dying and dashing just for the sake of adding more crimes to his resume. And today we received some new information with one of the many celebrities that associated with P. Diddy over the years, Jay-Z, who is now accused in a civil lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old at an after party with P. Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity who was there watching.
Since Combs was indicted by federal prosecutors last fall, these parties he was known for hosting and what celebrities may have attended has been the subject of intense scrutiny. But the blast radius around the star had been relatively contained until now.
The P. Diddy party list is a lot like the Epstein list in terms of rich and powerful people that attended them. And a lot of people, myself included, have wondered if these names will ever even see the light of day, because they have the means of burying it potentially. But luckily, that doesn't seem to be the case here now that Jay-Z has been named. But they should all be named, and hopefully they will, over the course of this case, make like a game of Guess Who and name them. Because the shit that happened at these parties is terrible, horrible, just deplorable shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we learned that P. Diddy threw a party where they dug up Jeffrey Dahmer's corpse and paraded around Weekend at Bernie's style or something. Like, the things that have reportedly happened there are things that everyone associated needs to face consequences for. And now Jay-Z is the first one that has been named.
The anonymous woman, who was 13 at the time, described in the lawsuit as being drugged and raped at an MTV VMAs after party she says Combs hosted in 2000. According to the suit, she recalls accepting a drink from a waitress that made her feel woozy and lightheaded before she says she was raped by Jay-Z and then Combs in a bedroom as an unnamed female celebrity watched.
There's a lot of people that have been running defense, kind of just playing like the pseudo PR department for celebrities that have attended P. Diddy's parties but are innocent of any wrongdoing, saying things like, yeah, they may have attended a party, you know, hootenanny or two of P. Diddy's, but they didn't know anything was bad there. They didn't know there were any kids there or any victims of sex trafficking. They just went to a party. They had no clue. And I feel like that's a load of fucking horseradish, because you would know that that is a child. That is a 13-year-old. That is a toddler. They just stopped believing in Santa Claus. There's no way you wouldn't know that there were kids there if there's 13-year-olds running around. That's craziness. And that wouldn't be a huge red flag to any of these celebrities.
Like, it's not normal to have a 13-year-old at a fucking VMA after party. And a 13-year-old being served a drink, like, that waitress would know they just served a drink to a child. Even if the waitress didn't know that it was spiked, why are you serving a 13-year-old kid alcohol? This is why I think everyone that attended these parties is very likely guilty of some heinous shit. So this 13-year-old was allegedly served the spiked drink that made her feel woozy and was then raped by Jay-Z and then P. Diddy, and apparently an unnamed female celebrity was watching. I'm pretty surprised they didn't name the female celebrity here. I don't really understand why. Maybe that's for like a different case coming up.
Jay-Z swiftly issuing a statement Sunday calling the claims heinous and accusing the woman's attorney of trying to blackmail him, suggesting the attorney had tried to seek a settlement first, adding, quote, "I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world." The couple will have to explain the, quote, cruelty and greed of people to their children. Combs, too, has denied any allegations of sexual assault.
Jay-Z is strongly denying these claims, and one thing that's important to note here is that the lawyer, Tony Busby, he's not squeaky clean. This is no saint here. He's got some dirty laundry of his own. He actually did get sued not too long ago for an alleged assault on a former client, and then got sued again for extortion, where a celebrity and their team have accused Tony Busby of throwing out wildly false, horrific allegations, fabricated allegations of sexual assault, and has a pattern of leveling baseless and fabricated malicious allegations at high-profile individuals and threatening to name them publicly if they fail to pay exorbitant sums of money. So fundamentally what they're claiming is that Tony Busby indulges in rumor to leverage bad headlines and bad press for celebrities, so that way they will just settle out of court with him. Now, it's very possible that that extortion lawsuit is from a celebrity who has attended these Diddy parties and is panicking, trying to cover their own ass by trying to assassinate Tony Busby's character. That's possible, too. There's no way of knowing for sure right now. I just thought it was worth mentioning that Tony Busby does have a little poop on his butt. But that doesn't mean, and there's no evidence to suggest, that he or the victims he represents are lying about their allegations. This case has just begun. It's the first one that has named another celebrity outside of P. Diddy, so we'll see as the facts continue to come out. Right now, there's no evidence to suggest that this is all made up, and there's also no evidence to confirm any of the allegations, because it's still just too early into this case. So I'll keep my finger on the pulse of it. I'm sure this will be a very big case that'll be talked about a lot. And I do want to just say, even if it turns out that this case isn't real against Jay-Z, I still don't believe Jay-Z is innocent of, like, wrongdoing. He was so close with P. Diddy for so many years, there is no fucking way. There is no chance on God's green earth that Jay-Z didn't know about the horrible shit that P. Diddy was doing. Because these parties, like, it was all right in their faces. It wasn't a secret, per se. Like, the celebrities that attended knew that there was some foul, fishy shit going on there if you had kids running around at parties. And even if this 13-year-old that Tony Busby's representing turns out, like, never even went to a P. Diddy party or something, there still are tons and tons of other cases with overwhelming amounts of evidence to suggest that there were kids at these P. Diddy parties. And celebrities, I think, would know what a kid looks like versus an adult. So I just don't think someone as close to P. Diddy as Jay-Z was would possibly be squeaky clean here. Like, they would know about a lot of these crimes. Even if he didn't directly participate in them, I think him knowing about it and refusing to do anything is still extremely fucking horrible too. But again, this case has just come out, so we'll learn about whether or not these claims are true as it develops.
Now, in a statement posted online, Busby, the lawyer, acknowledged sending Jay-Z a letter prior to filing this complaint, prior to this whole thing, seeking a confidential mediation, but says his client never demanded a penny from Jay-Z. At the time, she is now seeking an unspecified amount in damages, guys.
Jay-Z did post a lengthy response, basically saying Tony is an ambulance chaser that's attempting to blackmail him and extort him for money, using some absolutely horrific allegations to try and have him cave in and settle and just pay a bunch of money based on nothing at all. And Tony Busby then responded saying that it's not blackmail at all, and says, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He even filed this frivolous case under a pseudonym, and then he confirms that he did send a letter prior to this lawsuit, but it was looking for confidential mediation and never demanded a single penny from Jay-Z. Now, I haven't passed the bar. I barely passed my fucking SATs, so I'm not going to pretend to understand how lawsuits work, but what I do know is that in a civil lawsuit, Jay-Z is not necessarily going to go to jail if it turns out all of this is true and he's found guilty on all counts of this lawsuit. It would then go to paying out an unspecified amount of damages, as the news segment covered there. So I don't understand the sending a letter for confidential mediation and exactly what that entails. I really don't get the whole scope of it. All I know is that this is the first celebrity outside of P. Diddy that has now been accused of horrible things at P. Diddy's parties, and I think that this will be the first of many. Again, I really feel there is a huge number of celebrities that either participated in or knew about a lot of the illegal, horrible, vile shit that was happening with P. Diddy and his parties. And I guess we'll see if Jay-Z is one of those celebrities that knew or participated soon enough. Like, this case just started, so we'll see what happens. That's really about it. See ya. Gwyneth Paltrow is a world-famous actress. Most of you are going to know her from her role in Iron Man and the Avengers and everything, where she plays Pepper Potts. I first became aware of her in Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, a movie that I convinced myself was only a dream about once every 5 or 6 years until I, for some reason, remember it and decide to Google it. But the point being, she's a well-known actress. She's been around for a long time. And now she's graduated from acting and has gone full-time into scamming with her company, Goop. Goop you've probably heard of, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of outlets, pretty much everyone in the world has made shitting on Goop because it's pseudoscience that aims to scam women and exploit them for products they don't need and don't do anything. She basically sells queefs in a jar that are supposed to like realign your energy electromagnetic field and reset your chakra vibrations to send you to a different dimensional plane where you're healthier. It's a bunch of garbage. It's straight fucking nonsense. And I'm not even exaggerating with the example of queefs in a jar. I know that sounds extreme, but I mean, look at this new product that she's putting out that's already sold out. It's called This Smells Like My Vagina. It's a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy, and to that I say, it's about damn time. Ever since I first saw Sky Captain, I've been going to bed tossing and turning, just being kept awake at night wondering, what does Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, her cooter, what does it smell like? And now I can finally get the answer, or so I thought. I had to add myself to the fucking waiting list, and I've been on the waiting list for 4 days now, and it hasn't come back in stock. I don't know how hard it is just to stick some candle wax up your pussy. I mean, take one for the team, Gwyneth. You're selling this. At least have enough in stock so I can get one. God, I want this product almost as much as I want an air freshener that smells like Amy Schumer's asshole. In all honesty, I'm not overly interested in Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candles. I'm not trying to have my whole house smell like Tony Stark's fingers. What I want to focus on is her new Netflix series called The Goop Lab, which is basically an entire show trying to normalize pseudoscience and promote and market pseudoscience, which I find to be more than just goofy, like what my vagina smells like, and it's just downright dangerous, especially in the current climate of things where this large group of stupid troglodytes think the earth is flat and these fucking Facebook wino alcoholic moms think vaccines are evil so people aren't vaccinating their kids which, let me just quickly say, if you're not vaccinating your kids, you need to be thrown in jail. You're an absolute waste to society, a detriment to the whole fucking world, and you should be thrown in the slammer. And those kids should not be allowed out in public until they're vaccinated. Not the kids' fault, their parents are fucking idiots, but they need to be vaccinated, and those parents need to get the fuck out of here. Just wanted to get that out there real quick. So I'm thinking, what I'm saying here is I think the Goop Lab is the worst possible thing Netflix could possibly put on their catalog at the moment.
So what happens in a workshop?
Everyone gets off.
What the fuck are you doing to people?
That is the most fitting introduction to this pile of dog shit. What the fuck are you doing to people, Gwyneth Paltrow? I just still can't believe Goop is ever accepted as anything more than a joke to people. There was a whole fucking thing that Goop tried to promote of walking around barefoot because it cures depression. They said that by walking around barefoot, you're reconnecting with the earth itself and its energies. Gwyneth Paltrow says she gets stung by bees on purpose because it's healthy. They had a $55 jade egg that they were selling that you stick up your vagina, but then there became a lot of health risks associated with the jade egg, so they take it down. There's so much bafflingly awful shit in Goop. They tried to tell you to start yachting because yachting was good for your spirit, so they'd recommend these expensive yachting trips from Goop. It's fucking crazy. Like, half their shit sounds like something out of the Mad Max universe where you spray your fucking face with chrome and you go to Valhalla. They're really into these cleanses. They have a nothing but goat milk diet cleanse where you drink and eat nothing but goat milk for 8 days to heal yourself of parasites. They have this fucking shamanic healing ritual. They also have this bra burning ritual that they say gets rid of all the bad energy from your ex-boyfriends. So they promote that to burn bras in your own house, nearly lighting your fucking house on fire. It's crazy shit. It's absolute insanity.
I had an exorcism.
Oh, wow. She knew something that my husband didn't even know.
You want to talk about the vulva?
Yep, they've got it all. Psychic mediums, energy healing, and orgasms. There's a huge emphasis on orgasms here, as if Goop is known for orgasms. It's quite the opposite. They literally dry your vagina up. They promote vaginal steaming to get rid of moisture in your vagina. The last thing you're having following anything from Goop is an orgasm. But I mean, yeah, this show is just a piece of shit, and it's just outright dangerous, and Gwyneth Paltrow has gone completely off the deep end. I know a lot of these Hollywood weirdos, for some reason, get really into this garbage, like, you know, Scientology and shit like that, but this is so much worse, because she's actively out here marketing pseudoscience and exploiting women across the world with this absolute bullshit. Again, I know people shit on Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop all the time, but it's really important to do that now with the Goop Lab about to air. I guarantee there's a lot of very impressionable young women or completely out-of-touch boomer women that take it at face value, think it's real, and then all of a sudden it's the gateway drug to not vaccinating their kids, and that fucks all of us. I don't know why the fuck Netflix would think that something like this is a good idea. I don't know what they're going to do next. Maybe Netflix is going to fund a Holocaust-denying documentary type thing. I don't know, because it seems like now they've opened the floodgates to complete lunacy. It's stupid, it's frustrating, and it makes me mad as shit that pseudoscience is as popular as it is at the moment. And flat earth, that's harmless. You know, I'm fine with that pseudoscience existing because people like to, you know, think they're smarter than everyone else. Oh, there's lizard people among us, the earth is flat. That's fine, that's harmless. But the second you stop vaccinating your kids and bringing back these old diseases and making them stronger, that's when the line needs to be drawn from this is comically goofy to holy fuck, this is something we need to actually take action on and be aware of. It's dangerous. That's the Goop Lab. That's what I feel like this show is going to be. It's just fucking bullshit. I hate it. That's it. So yeah. Wendy Williams is a talk show host that I've disliked for over a decade. Her show is the kind of show you'd watch a 30-second clip of and immediately ask yourself, who the fuck is watching this and how does she have an audience? Wendy Williams is addicted to two things: cocaine and being an insufferable asshole. She has this incredible ability to take anything in the news and give you the worst possible opinion on it. It's a fucking scientific anomaly how she's able to do this. She can't even accidentally say something respectful. Like when Jennifer Lawrence's nudes were hacked and leaked on the internet, she insulted Jennifer Lawrence for it, you know? The classic victim-blaming thing of, well, if you didn't want your nudes to be hacked, you shouldn't have taken them. I've seen them 1,000 times. Clap if you've seen Jennifer Lawrence's nudes. Is super scummy, disrespectful shit. We should all be thankful, though, that Wendy Williams' nudes haven't leaked, because that would have everyone canceling their internet subscriptions ASAP. But the worst part isn't just how terrible she is as a person and the awful things she's done. It's the fact that people go to her for advice. That's like going to Charles Manson for advice. For example, one lady went on her show saying that her husband doesn't want another child, but she wants another child. What should she do? Wendy Williams tells her that she should trick her husband by stopping birth control without telling him. That was her advice. It's fucking crazy what she does and what she says and the kind of negative impact she has on everyone around her. Gus Johnson recently made a video about Wendy Williams where he goes into detail on certain things, and keep in mind this is not even a quarter of the awful shit she's done. I highly recommend you check out Gus Johnson and Pay Money Wubby talk about Wendy Williams and joke about some of this. I'm not going to cover any of those. What I want to talk about and why I'm bringing it up now is because she's pulled a classic Wendy Williams by insulting a woman who was recently killed by a stalker. So I'll give you some background before I play the clip. Amy Harwick, famous Hollywood sex therapist, was recently murdered by a stalker when she was pushed from a balcony and fell to her death. She was also the ex-fiancée of Drew Carey, host of Price is Right, and in Wendy Williams' most recent segment, she makes a joke about her murder, but it can't even really be called a joke because it's more just her insulting Amy's death and Drew Carey. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'll play the clip.
She was killed not by Drew, but by the ex. Come on down. Why are you putting allegedly? This story is everywhere. All right, lawyer lady, she threw allegedly in there.
A real gut buster there, Wendy. Yahoo! What a side splitter. The audience reaction really says it all. Utter silence and groans of disappointment. But then the audience is so fucking stupid they go right back to applauding once she talks about allegedly being thrown in there. I don't know. The audience at Wendy Williams shows are just as bad as she is. They're so fucking stupid. I can't stand the audience. These people clap for cheating. They clap when Wendy Williams insults Terry Crews for coming forward about sexual assault. I mean, the audience sucks just as much as Wendy Williams does. But this one, even they couldn't mindlessly clap for a second, which is incredible. I've never seen that before on this fucking awful television show. I just really don't even get how it could have even been misconstrued as a joke, because there's nothing in there that seems like it was supposed to be comedic. It just seems like it was supposed to be mean and remind Drew Carey that his wife was murdered. It doesn't even make sense. Come on down is an iconic line from Price is Right, and I guess her joke was she fell to her death. Come on down. Wow, Wendy. That's really something special you've got there. You sick fuck. She looks like she died 10 years ago, but is being kept alive through some forbidden spell. Her eyes seem lifeless. They're fucking blasted wide open every second she's on TV. Her nose looks caved in like a goddamn skeleton. I don't understand how Wendy Williams can even think for a moment she has room to make jokes about anyone's appearance, their personal choices, or anything at all for that matter. She is an awful person, top to bottom, inside and out, and I can't fucking stand Wendy Williams. Wendy has only ever done one thing in her entire career that wasn't incredibly terrible. It was when she blasted a creamy fart into her panties on her television show.
Room thing. That cop wasn't playing that. I mean, you're lucky you only got battery.
This is the only good thing you've ever done in your entire existence, Wendy, and it was by total accident, which I guess is poetic. You can't even purposely do something almost remotely positive. Your asshole stepped in and did something nice for your shitty career. It's incredible, though. She is actually the first talk show host I'm aware of that has soiled their panties on stage, just caked in a wet mess. So I guess there's history to be made there for you, Wendy. This is your legacy. You're the first talk show host to shit themselves on TV. And that really should be your legacy. That's about all the good you've ever done, and likely ever will do, because you don't have even the most basic amount of empathy or decency. You're a terrible person and a terrible talk show host that is an awful influence on everyone that comes in contact with you. That's about it. So yeah. There's always been one thing that I've believed to be true, and so far no one's been able to prove otherwise. It's that people that gloat about how kind they are the biggest assholes. I think it takes a very conceited douchebag to brag about how nice they are. And you know exactly what kind of people I'm talking about, the ones that can't shut the fuck up about every single good deed they do, no matter how trivial. oh, well, actually, I'm a better person than you because, in fact, on my way to work today, I saw a lizard on the side of the road and I pulled over my car and I started petting the lizard, gentle pets, and fed it some grapes to help ease its anxiety. And then I put the lizard in my car, drove to work, and I gave it a loving household in my cubicle. No, 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 no. I'm no saint, you know, I just happen to be one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You know, those kind of people that just make everything good they do seem so fake and disingenuous where it just seems like it's points on a scorecard to them and things to use in a conversation to make themselves feel superior to others. I just think that shit sucks, and there's no better example of this than Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres' whole career and brand image is centered around the idea that she is a kind person. And I've never believed that. I've seen plenty of clips where she's just a passive-aggressive asshole to her guest, and in fact just outright mean to a lot of guests she's had on in the past. For example, Mariah Carey forcing her to admit that she's pregnant on her show by coercing her to drink champagne on her show so she can't hide the pregnancy.
Is that people are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
No,
answer.
that's okay. No, honestly,
you
how
don't
do
have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne and decide.
But
if,
they've been saying that.
You want to taste it?
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What? No.
Are you trying
I'm
to
not
just...
going to ask you if you're pregnant or
This
not.
is
I'm
peer
just going to say.
pressure.
No. Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
Oh my goodness.
You're pregnant. You're pregnant. You are pregnant.
Mariah Carey had a miscarriage 3 weeks after this, and as you can see, Ellen DeGeneres' full kindness on display here by forcing her to tell everyone that she's pregnant through this little science experiment she set up here. This fucking little saw trap to try and get her to finally, once and for all, spill it and let everyone know that she's pregnant, even though it's none of Ellen DeGeneres' fucking business. But Ellen DeGeneres, being the narcissist she is, has to know everything and has to feel like she's the most superior person in the room. Why am I talking about Ellen DeGeneres? Well, I've never liked Ellen DeGeneres, not just because she's an asshole, but I think her show sucks. And over the last month or so, the internet's been ass-blasted with Ellen DeGeneres truth bombs about what it's like to work with Ellen and what it's like to even be near her. She treats everyone around her terribly according to most people that have ever even encountered her by accident. Shit, from some of the things I read, if a kid with a broken arm found Ellen DeGeneres at a donut shop and asked for an autograph on the cash, she'd probably slap him and spit in their face. She just seems like a really terrible person to associate with according to everyone that has had the misfortune of associating with her. And her workplace environment has been called toxic by everyone that's fucking worked there. And apparently it's filled with racism as well, according to a lot of the reports. So things aren't looking too great for Ellen DeGeneres' be kind image, when she seems to be one of the most not kind people in the space. I think talk shows suck. I've already talked about Wendy Williams' show and everything I dislike about that, and I thought it was only fair to talk about Ellen's show because it's just as bad, if not worse, because she parades around like she's some gift from God to bring salvation to this planet through her kind, generous acts. Which seems pretty far from the truth, and she's being investigated for these workplace environment claims as well as like other bullying things that are coming to light with all this. Keep in mind these are all just claims, but they're from current and former employees, and if she really is so incredibly kind, I can't imagine why everyone would have a coordinated effort to attack her and the environment. So they probably do have some weight, but again, it's not proven. It's not like the people that have worked on the Ellen DeGeneres set would go in there and it looks like some shit out of a horror movie where there's fucking bodies hanging from meat hooks and shit, mangled corpses everywhere because it's that evil. But it does seem like an absolutely terrible place to work with actual bad shit going on. But again, they are just claims at the moment. Even if all those claims turn out to be completely false, I still wouldn't like Ellen. I don't like her show. She'll publicly shame people in her audience. She's very rude a lot of times. And I don't get a smile on my face in the few times that I've tried watching the show. She's like a pioneer though, I will give her that. She basically invented shitty TikTok dancing comedy before TikTok existed. Half of Ellen's shtick that I can see, besides the fake being kind garbage, is that she does goofy dances, baby! And that's like supposed to be a big root of the ha-has in her show, which I'm just not really too big of a fan of. But all in all, it just seems like a terrible place to work according to employees and a terrible thing to be on according to guests. For example, a YouTuber named Nikki Tutorials went on Ellen's show, was very excited to go on the show, and then she went on another show later and insinuated she kind of fucking hated the Ellen show. She wasn't overly happy about the experience. And that kind of coincides with what a lot of the other guests have said as well from what I've read so far. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to talk about all this because I talked about Wendy Williams and it only made sense to talk about Ellen DeGeneres' show as well. So that's about it. If they do end up firing Ellen DeGeneres from her position on the show, I'm more than willing to step in and take up the mantle. We can totally rebrand that shit. I have a fucking whole closet full of unimaginable amounts of sex toys. We could bring celebrities on. We could slap each other with rubber vaginas. It could be a good old hoot and a holler, a real good time. So if you're watching Warner Brothers, at least consider it. That's about it. See ya. People don't always see eye to eye with each other. Everyone has their own set of opinions and beliefs, and historically, humans have fought each other over this difference. Now, while we may be divided by land or belief, there's one thing that unites all of us, something buried deep inside the human DNA that makes us all on the same page. And that's our extreme dislike for Amy Schumer. God bless. Amy Schumer is like the common evil that unites the world. It's like in that anime Code Geass where Lelouch becomes the ultimate evil that the entire world rallies against, and then by the end of it, it brings everyone closer together. That's Amy Schumer, but in reality. Whenever she's present at like an award show or something, the entire internet, nay, the entire human race gets together and says, we just don't like her. She reminds us that we're not so different from each other after all. So why am I talking about Amy Schumer today? Well, it's because she was at the Oscars recently and decided to make the entire thing about her, about how she's now traumatized because of the Will Smith slap on Chris Rock. And I'm sure a lot of you are tired of hearing about this, but she just keeps fucking going. And it's making me sick to my stomach. It makes me want to puke and shit. This is of course a very stupid statement and just performative to put her name back in the news about how now she's a victim somehow. I don't think there's any world where Amy Schumer is right now sleeping with one eye open, just fearful that Will Smith, the boogeyman, is going to rappel through her window and slap her while she's asleep. But I'm going to set aside this stupid statement for a minute to talk about what really got my ass all grinded up, which is what she came forward with today. She bravely stepped foot in the Thunderdome today to reveal the jokes that were too edgy for TV. Her side-splitting comedy that was just too intense, and she had to cut them from her monologue. Just like Voldemort's name, she wasn't allowed to speak of these things, but she decided to tell one of these super stinkers anyway, which is horrible news for anyone with ears. Don't Look Up is the name of a movie? More like Don't Look Down, the barrel of Alec Baldwin's shotgun. It's incredible how she can't even accidentally almost say something entertaining. And this probably isn't even her own joke. She has a history of stealing jokes. She probably just saw this shit on Twitter and it had like 100 likes, so she said it's mine now. And it's still fucking stupid. None of it makes sense. Alec Baldwin wasn't even in Don't Look Up. The joke doesn't work. I don't care that it's edgy. Edgy jokes are fine. It's just this is so poorly done from top to bottom. Alec Baldwin is not in that movie, so it doesn't even make sense. It'd be like me saying Moonfall, more like Poonfall, because Amy Schumer's talking about her vagina again. It's just dog shit. Sex in the City, more like Amy, stop having sex with the whole city. We're tired of seeing you on stage. Or He-Man, more like help me, man. I just had to listen to Amy Schumer tell another fucking awful joke and now I'm in need of medical assistance. I don't know why she would think it's a good idea to tell this joke after everyone told her not to tell it in the first place. They gave her a gift of shutting her up. Like, she didn't have to tell this joke. They were like, we're not allowing you to say it. We're putting the kibosh on it now. We're doing you a favor. And then she slaps them and all of us by telling this joke anyway. This whole situation is like if Amy and her friend were on like a walk and they approached this cliff and Amy didn't see it, but her friend did, so her friend reaches out to stop her from falling off the cliff, literally saving her life. But then Amy Schumer just blasts her hand away saying, don't tell me what to do, I'll walk where I want to walk, and then throws herself off the cliff. She then gave us a sneak peek at some other gut busters we missed from her here, some more of her comedic stylings. She said that she was also going to take aim at Joe Rogan and James Franco, but wasn't allowed to say any of that. But you can just come up and slap someone. That statement doesn't even make sense either, Amy. No one invited Will Smith to go up there and slap the shit out of Chris Rock. The man went up there and slapped the taste out of his mouth off script. The man had a full-blown Winter Soldier episode. It wasn't planned. You had a script that you were getting approved and everyone said these jokes just fucking suck, don't tell them. It's not the same. She's always so incredibly desperate to put herself at the center of everything that ever happens, even when it doesn't make sense or even involve her in the slightest. She had a golden opportunity just to say nothing and everyone would have forgotten her miserable presence at the Oscars, but she just had to tell this awful joke and remind everyone why she was universally disliked as one of the worst comedians of our time. The only reason she ever even made it into the industry in the first place is because of getting a lucky spawn in life. She was born into a really rich and powerful family, and through leveraging those connections, she was able to make it to the big time. And it's one of the saddest stories in all of entertainment. But anyway, back to how traumatized Amy Schumer was from the slap. She said she's gonna need some time off to process it, and I think I speak for everyone in the world when I say, Amy, you take as much time as you need. If it's years, if it's forever, even, goddammit, you take that time until you feel better about what happened. We will all understand. No matter how long it takes. No, it should take a very long time to recover from something like that. So, wishing you the best in that road to overcoming that experience at the Oscars, having to watch that, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah. I've said this before, and now it's time to dust it off and say it again. And I don't care whose feelings get hurt by this. Just like a suppository, I don't care if your ass gets sore. It's time to hit you with the truth. It is extremely embarrassing when somebody makes one thing their entire personality. Whether that's being a fan of a show, being a fan of a band, or expanding beyond it. If you have like a shtick that becomes a meme, making that meme your entire brand and your entire life. I find that to be cringe. And the internet is of course a portal to cringe, so let's show you who I believe to be the most sad specimen when it comes to this phenomenon. Salt Bae. Salt Bae is a restaurant owner who rose to fame because he sprinkles salt down his arm like this while wearing goofy sunglasses. He looks like a time traveler from a steampunk dystopia. He took off as a meme and kind of a joke online, but then that meme got made into real flesh. He adopted that as part of his soul, and it has now become his entire identity. He translated all of that online buzz into real-world success, so his restaurants are actually quite popular, and they're known for extremely overpriced food, most notably this abomination. This is a steak wrapped in edible gold, and I think it looks truly awful. That shit looks like a poorly wrapped Christmas present, but what's even worse here is Salt Bae himself, the Santa Claus of meat. He comes to the table when you order something like this and puts on a little song and dance, so he cuts up the gold steak, and then he hits it with his signature anime finishing move where he sprinkles the salt down his arm, and then he grabs a piece of the steak on a knife and then dangles it over any woman at the table's face. He just like dangles the meat over there like he's at like a petting zoo or something, and then the women are expected to like lift up and then bite the meat off of his knife. It's pretty embarrassing to watch. Like, I can only imagine going there and seeing your girlfriend do that. You'd be like, damn, this is expensive and I feel like I'm getting cucked, even though everyone's clothes are still on. It's just, I think it's goofy, very silly, but overall, it's harmless cringe. But as is so often the case with these memers turned celebrities, he flew too close to the sun. I think this shtick was never entertaining. I never really saw the comedy stylings of sprinkling salt down his arm to be gut-busting or anything, but it's not like it bothered me either that he got popular from it. But he became way too pretentious with it, and to the point where he felt entitled to be on the field during the World Cup when Argentina won. So he went onto the field after Argentina won the World Cup, and he tried to make the entire trophy ceremony and everything about him. If you go to his Instagram, it's so many pictures of him holding the World Cup, you'd think he was part of the team that won it, even though he had nothing to do with it. And then he also has that picture in the bottom right that looks like he actually fished a piece of poop out of a toilet at one of his restaurants and was playing with it. So he was rightfully getting dunked on by everyone on the internet for this shit, and I just want to show you some of his worst moments here because, man, it is so bad. By far the worst one is him trying to get Messi's attention. So you can see him kind of like harassing him and yanking on him to try and get Messi to acknowledge him. Kind of like a toddler trying to get his dad's attention. But Messi's having no part of it. He's actually celebrating with the people that matter to him and his team, his family. And he doesn't give a fuck about Salt Bae pestering him for like a photo for his Instagram. It's so embarrassing to look at. Now, apparently, Salt Bae and Messi have met before. He wasn't like a complete stranger, but Messi just ate at one of his restaurants and Salt Bae fed him a piece of food. Like, it's not like they were inseparable friends or something. And the gall to go out on the field after the World Cup win and act like you're somehow best buddies with everyone on the team is so laughable and pathetic. It was so bad, in fact, that now FIFA is investigating how he even got on the field in the first place, because they're not entirely sure. The leading theory is that he was able to get on the field because he's somewhat friends with the FIFA commissioner, like the head of the FIFA org. So that's the leading theory, but even that's not 100% certain from what I've read. But yeah, let's take a peek at some of those videos he filmed because, man, they're classics. Just like taking a trophy from a baby. So Salt Bae continues to like yank on the trophy until finally the player just relinquishes control to it, and Salt Bae hoists it up as if he's somehow responsible for it. He also shakes his finger no to the baby, letting him know that it's his turn, it's his trophy, he fucking deserved it. He put nutrients in that team's body one time fucking 4 years ago. So he's just as much a part of the crew as anyone else there. He has every right to this trophy. The delusion is remarkable. It should almost be studied. And of course you can't go for a single video without hitting him with that salt sprinkle. Because man, that's so good. It's so iconic even, man. You can't get enough of that one. Man, that guy's face really tells the whole story. That discomfort. Faking a smile, but his eyes are just beyond annoyed. Wondering who is this guy? And why is he squeezing on my hand and trying to grab the trophy from me? This one's a real quick one, hitting him with a wow and then spanking the trophy, giving it a little slap on the keister there. And you can see yet another player very uncomfortable with Salt Bae's presence. He's just this like miasma of uncomfortableness. He swoops in like this absolute plague of awkwardness. He shouldn't be there, and everyone knows it, and he is there, ruining the moment. It's so fucking weird. Oh, here's a great one for the scrapbook. Yeah, biting on his medal there. I'm sure he really liked that. A guy that he is not friends with, doesn't even really know, coming out of nowhere for a photo op, and then surprising biting on the medal. Though I guess in Salt Bae's defense, the medal does look a bit like a waffle, so maybe he got a little confused. Maybe he was hungry. There were a couple more sightings of Salt Bae out there making a fool out of himself, but I think these are by far the worst, so there's no reason to keep dunking your head in here into the cringe. I just wanted to make it very clear that this is some absolute clown behavior. I never think it's a good idea to try and make one thing your entire identity. Whether it's a meme, whether it's you just being a fan of something, I always think that that's always just going to be a path to cringe. Just imagine getting a huge ego because you sprinkle salt down your arm on overpriced steak. This isn't the only case of this happening though, by the way, and I've talked about one other before that I'll briefly mention here since it's related. You might remember during E3 a couple of years ago when Keanu Reeves made a surprise appearance, there was that "you're breathtaking" moment that, you know, captured the world and tugged on everyone's heartstrings. Well, the audience member who shouted out, "No, you're breathtaking," which became a huge, you know, online deal, the guy who shouted that tried to make an entire career just off of that one line, that one moment, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle over and over again. He became a YouTuber and streamer who tagged everything with hashtag "you're breathtaking" or hashtag breathtaking and called himself the breathtaking guy. I think. I can't quite be certain if he called himself the breathtaking guy. I don't really remember exactly what he gave himself, but I do remember everything he did. He did it with the "you're breathtaking" as the forefront. That was his whole brand and that was his whole online identity, and tried to make a career out of it. It didn't really work. It kind of worked in the beginning because it was still like a wholesome moment and it didn't seem like he was trying to clout chase off of just that one thing. But then it lasted for over a year. Like, I still kept up with him like a year later to see if he was still doing it, if he'd finally like graduated from that and started to maybe pivot into a different kind of shtick, or even no shtick at all and just being a streamer or a YouTuber. But he never did in the entire time I was checking in on him. It was always going by the "you're breathtaking" moment to try and make that his thing. And it didn't pan out super well. Last I saw, he was streaming to about like 10 viewers at the time. And I just felt really bad for him, because this is one of those moments where you have this huge blow up almost overnight because of one thing that you did that everyone loved. So you want to keep doing that because everyone loved it, but then you wear it out. It overstays its welcome, and then eventually you end up in a position like Salt Bae, where it's just kind of washed up, it's run its course, and now you just look silly for continuing to embrace it and continuing to try and sell that. So I just wanted to bring this up because I think Salt Bae is a bit of a loser, especially for this World Cup shit. That's about it. See ya.